About geothermal energy. Can you have the first one?
Gustav hast du einen Block für Notizen?
So,
Wir sind alle running out of paper.
the history of geothermal development in India started about 10,000 BC, and we have these hot springs discovered in the Himalayas, and people are residing there. Can I have the next one? Can I have the next one? So this hot spring was discovered about and developed by Vasishtha Rishi about 7000 BC. Until date, we are having hot water from these hot springs, and people are taking bath. Next one. They are taking bath, and next one, and they are using it for washing. Medicinal purpose of these hot springs have been known to the Tibetans living in the high Himalayas, and they are taking hot spring is coming from these vents, and they are taking rest and curing all these diseases. Since then, all these hot springs have become not developed further for any other purpose, but they are used only for religious ceremonies and taking bath. So these are religious ceremonies without any infrastructure development also. Next one. Next one. So we lack all these till date also, after so many, maybe about 9,000 years, and all these hot springs are still in their very infantile state, and nothing has been done till now. So this was a hot spring which was to be submerged in a coal dam, a hydropower project, which was built, and this would have been submerged. Next one. And this is now scenario. The whole hot springs have been submerged in this hot springs over here, and they were submerged now in this reservoir of the. Now efforts are made to revive these hot springs by the government. Next. So this is the scenario before and after. Next one. So geothermal has been discovered in India about 9,000 years back, almost contemporary with the Romans and the Chinese and the Japanese. But they have done a lot of work, but in India it is still unutilized and a wasted resource other than breathing. Next one. So in 16th century, there was a saint, and he started cooking food, for the first time. And since then, more than 500 years, free food is distributed and cooked in this free energy. In Manikaran, this is again a small town in Himalayas. So this is the power of geothermal energy. Free food, free energy. People donate, so they get free food, and then they cook in free energy. So that is the power of, and we don't require any other thing, just they are cooking. Anybody can come eat. There are hundreds of people coming every day. People are donating money, and then it is free cooked food in the geothermal.
It's not free. Someone paid for it.
No.
For food, yes.
No. Everybody just donate it. You don't pay for it. It is donation. It's like a cycle change. Yeah. Free food in terms of energy. You don't have to spend anything on it. Neither you are making any panels, nor you are making any generators. It is just like boiling. It is cooked like this, Put all the anything. It's
What's
simple.
the temperature?
It's about 87 degrees.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Next. So inspired with this vision, we developed this concept of Agneyoddhara, that means tapping lava energy. So that means with the future vision of providing free, safe, sustainable energy to all. Now this is when we try to develop this, understand this geothermal concept. I went to Iceland, and the back one. Sorry. So they are already developing this energy from lava. This Agneyoddhara concept. Iceland has done a wonderful job, but because Iceland is located on a diverging plate boundaries, which I'll discuss later. Now next one. So you see, this is as compared to other sources. We have this free, sustainable resource which provides baseload energy 24/7. Next one. So our concept is to not go very deeper, in Earth, not 8 kilometers, 10 kilometers, 5 kilometers, shallow depths, geothermal locations, and geologically favorable locations, and we get superheated steams, and this concept of getting almost like gigawatts of power from few wells. Next one. So this is basically enormous source of energy. Next one. Next. Can I go next one? So now if we have seen that oil is going to be a fossil fuel, and it will become fossilized. People may not. In these 4 days of deliberation, we see that everybody don't want fossil fuel. So it becomes fossil, and then but we have these abundant wells, which can be used again for this geothermal temperatures and the subduction, and this I will talk next. Next one. Now you see there are 2 aspects of it. Where we can have maximum amount of geothermal energy tap. One is the convergent boundaries, like we have the Alps, the Himalayas, where plates are converging with each other, and leading to these vents where direct magma is coming at the source at a very shallow depth. So next one. Now you see this is basically converging, and we have these magma sources, vents, and giving direct source to these geothermal sources, become very good geothermal sources. So these are examples of convergent borderings like Alps and Himalayas, and other mountains. Next one.
Ritesh, do I understand correctly? This is the
plate tectonics.
At the continental shelf.
Not continental shelf. We get at a very high heights also. Like I'll just come, as my presentation goes, Now the other aspect is divergent boundaries. This is Iceland. Case of Iceland, plates are diverging from each other. We have Eurasian plate, the North American plate. They are diverging each other. So magma is coming at a very shallow depth. So this becomes a very good futuristic energy center. So you see this, plates are moving, volcan is coming, and then we have the other one was convergent, and this is divergent. Next one. And in India, we have this geysers like you have in Yellowstone in America, and so these becomes very important sites because they are directly linked with magmatic sources. These are silica-rich sources, and we get the next one. So this is the last one. So this is the geothermal map which we have prepared, utilization map of India. So if India, almost every part of India, you can have this energy production or energy exchange. You can use geothermal energy 24/7. Yes. So these are the various regions in Himalayas. Next one. And we have identified few spots. This was with India, Norway, Iceland joint venture, which we did in 2010, and we identified few spots. Next one. And these are basically spots. This is Chumathang now, very near to China, Tibetan border, and an experiment. Next one. So we get next one. So we get almost in all these hot springs which we identified, the boiling temperature is about 84 degrees centigrade. So because that is the point where it boils, and next one. Next. So this is direct utilization of hot springs which people are doing, taking water, but not in a very scientific way. And this is on the border of China and Tibet. This is China and this is India. This stream, there is no boundary, but this is the boundary. Next.
What's the elevation?
This is more than 3,500 meters. So now this was an Indo-Norway project for identification and development of geothermal energy. So next one. So this was again a Chumathang site. Next. So now this was in 2010 and this is in 2012. So this is the site. This is Iceland team which we identified this site, and now you see. So not very. We were able to do a test borewell with the Ministry of New and Renewable Energy and DRDO. They did a test well, and we see we get about 100 meters depth, and we get temperatures of about 130 degrees. You see?
The elevation of
More than 3,000 meters. So the concept of only volcanic areas or things like that is not good. You know, it is a geological phenomenon and it has to be understood at that level. So 100 meters, 130 degrees temperatures if you are identifying the spot rightly. So you don't have to go, and we get these things, but this has to be abundant because very near to the villages. So villages, we were not able to cap it for about 15-20 days, and everyone was coughing, you know. So next one. This is Puga. Again, a potential of about 20 megawatts from a single well. Next. So this is again Puga with 20 megawatts of geothermal potential, and this is the next one. So in the same belt in China, they have been they have already developed in 1976. They have announced this geothermal plant working here very effectively. Next. So we did an experimental well now in Pakistan sector and borders, and then we were able to find this hot water. This was the drinking water, and in 2000 and 2012 we were able to find some warm lukewarm water. You know, potential exists. Next. So this area I am talking about is the area where fossil fuel is used to even heat your 1 cup of water. You know, when I went in 2000, when I wanted to have water, you know, this in Siachen, they brought me ice. Then they melted that ice, and things work like that. You know, the fossil fuel is being transported kilometers, 700,000 kilometers, and this. Now, if we get this energy here, now children, they take this Maggi, you know, noodles, put it in this, and eat it. You know, they have found to use this as a geothermal source for cooking their noodles. You know, not waiting for this. So that is now again. Now this is one part of it, and then now with Ministry of New and Renewable Energy, our government presently is very aggressively marketing geothermal energy. Solar was our mission for the last 10 years. Now they have started investing in it, and now yesterday only came to know that they have allocated this 17 megawatt power plant, about, say, you can say about 30 million euros for this plant in Tattapani. So aggressive marketing, aggressive funding we are getting now, so that geothermal resource becomes a reliability, and then this is a risk share mechanism. You know, the government is ready to share even if something goes wrong with this oil wells, not the geothermal wells, not yielding proper heat. So the government is taking risk. You know, so initial hindrance was everyone was concentrating on oil, so nobody thought about geothermal. Now oil don't want, so the rigs are empty. Prices of drilling coming down, so they now want to shift this tendency to geothermal. So this is becoming very now and again. So this is one aspect of geothermal production, and geothermal heat exchange. You are all well aware. We have these thermal batteries. You know, we are talking about battery storage, but battery storage is just below my feet. So it is just a matter of utilizing it, proper understanding of the Mother Earth. We need proper doctors and who can just understand this, the thermal systems below, and just use it, you know. So solar, wind, but the thermal battery should be our Mother Earth. It becomes a very, very, yeah, next one. So this is a futuristic scenario projected, you know, we are using water cooling towers. So it is an estimate that 50 million, approximately 20 billion is wasted, you know, on just cooling towers. And so much water is wasted for cooling these buildings, you know, conditioning, preparing this conditioning. But if we can save about $2 trillion, you know, of water with this ground source heat pumps every year if it is done properly. So this is geothermal futuristic scenario, you know. If we replace all these cooling towers with this geothermal ground source heat pumps in a right way. So next one. So this is smart city, you know, how utilization of geothermal in each and every aspect. Whenever you are making tunnels, whenever you are laying a pipeline. So how with this one digging, you can actually in each and every sector you can just improve the energy coefficient of this, the, applications. In it now you see below earth after 5 meters everything remains the same. In Delhi, if you go, it is temperature is about 27, 28. Chandigarh, it's about 25 degrees, and in Himalayas, the worst minus temperatures which we have studied is about the groundwater temperature is 7 degrees, 8 degrees. So if this can be pilot projects started in Manali and very good results we got. So these applications of geothermal heat pumps, you are well aware of it, but if done elsewhere in my country also, we can, you require it for heating. In Himalayas we require it for heating, then in planar regions, the Delhi and the we require it for cooling. So it becomes a very viable resource. We can save a lot of energy on this. Next one. This is another pilot project done in Chandigarh for cooling towers, and they were able to save a lot of energy on that. Next one. So next, it is estimated that investment in geothermal will increase tenfold from now. Expected is about 74 billion is presently, and then it is, these are the figures. So we are expecting a lot of geothermal activities because now the oil rigs are free, and now we have a lot of, because that was the costing of drilling, Earlier we had oil wells, now we are visualizing that in future we will have geothermal wells. Oil wells are finite, but geothermals, as I have already shown, 500 years of working history, in India, and about 100 years of that are coming. Now next one. So, but still there are a lot of challenges. All the challenges which oil wells face are same, more or less same with the geothermal wells also. Why? Because in oil wells, if you drill about 10 wells, 3 wells or one or 2 or 3 wells goes success. So you consider the technology to be successful because that is the paying back capacity. But in geothermal, the advantage is 24/7, 365 days, one-time investment, and you have geothermal centers. That is what we plan. Now you see next one. So these are the countries which have already on the rings of fires, volcanoes, but they have already successfully done. Next one. So this is a small country, Montserrat, and just got it from the this village or this small place was destroyed by volcano, but they didn't give up, and then they drilled wells, and now they are almost green and green now, renewable, 100% renewable, and away from the oil, Next one. Now this is Hawaii, then again very good geothermal center, So why I'm talking about geothermal centers? We want to get rid of oil. Oil centers, we had oil centers first. Abu Dhabi, and now Mediterranean, and then we are planning Arctic. So these oil wells will be replaced by geothermal wells. What do you mean by that? That energy centers, so all these, next I'll be talking later about it, but all these energy centers, all these industries which require huge energy, like aluminium, so they will be shifted here to these centers because this will be cheap energy, the cheapest form of energy, like free energy, if we get this supercritical steam. Now, now next one. So one geothermal, these are just figures, this will replace. So we have about 700 geothermal plants projects working now presently all over the world in 76 countries. Next one. And this is the first geothermal power plant in Lardorello, Italy. And till date it has producing about 5,000 gigawatts per year, and these are some of the figures, and this was the print. So with small beginning, 100 years of reliability, no changing, we don't need to change the panels, nothing. It's just like changing the turbines maybe once in a while. If we don't get, if we get very superheated critical steams, then that also turbines also runs for years. So that is the beauty of it, and these, so now in next years, so this is in US. I'll just go very fast. The largest producer of geothermal is US. The next one. with California, you know, hydropower projects in California are almost now on the verge of ending, you know, because there is no water there, and there are so many fluctuations in water level, and all the investments in hydropower projects. People have to rethink about it now. Where is water going to come? We are talking about global warming, but the major impact of global warming is on the glaciers. And if there are no glaciers, glaciers are melting at an alarming rate. If there are no glaciers by 2030, in my country, in Himalayas, almost like all the Himalayas, glaciers are almost extinct or on the verge of extinction. So, but my country is still investing a lot of money on hydropower projects. They think that it is clean. Yes, it is clean, but economically not sustainable in the long run. We are talking about this scenario when we are talking, we want to give a future generation a safe planet, a sustainable planet, but all the investments in hydropower projects have to be rethought. Next one, Philippines, doing a wonderful job in geothermal. Next one. So, Indonesia. Now, we were talking about Arabia and oil centers. Now, all these industries are going to shift to these countries, you know, which are investing in this free energy, you know. Next one.
What are
Indonesia,
these numbers?
Iceland.
What are these numbers?
These are the megawatts, you know, they have produced, you know.
They are produced from.
They are already produced this. Indonesia has produced this much. Next one.
Sorry, just a question. But is it produced over how long? Because you would need megawatt hour as unit. This is like the nominal power.
No, this is the figures which they have given, you know. For details, you can.
Yeah, but this is the power of the plant. This is not
power
the
of the
production.
plant. Yeah.
The power.
Power.
It's not. I think it's megawatt hours.
Yeah.
It's not.
So these are the just. I have a lot of slides to show you. We can just discuss. You know, this is Iceland. So this is Iceland is producing this much. This is the highest percentage share of geothermal energy. Next one. And now, you know, yesterday only they planned about drilling into in 2009 they drilled into magma. They were envisaging this magma to be at 4.5 kilometers, but they got this at 1.8 kilometers, and we got these superheated streams of about 450 degrees centigrade. These supercritical steam zones. Now they have started this project, and now till yesterday they were able to drill up to. They planned to drill up to 5,000 meters. And plan to get this 400 meters, 400 degrees centigrade of steam, supercritical steams. And the last one, they were able to generate about 36 megawatt electric power from the borehole they drilled in 2009. So this is presently going on. This magma in drilling in Iceland is presently going on. They are able to drill up to 3,600 kilometers, 3,600 meters now. Next one.
Ritesh, could you please, well, I don't understand the units. When you produce energy, it has to be as a rate per unit of time.
No, this is the total potential there each and every country is having, you know. The total installed capacity, you know.
A storage? Oh, okay.
Installed capacity. So this is Iceland. This is Krefla. Now everybody knows aluminium. Where is aluminium coming from? All the raw materials comes from anywhere, but aluminium is being energy in the form of aluminium production is being done from Krefla in Iceland. This is the cheapest form of energy, and then because this aluminium requires huge energy, so they have shifted all these plants here. Next one. So this is aluminium huge industries in Iceland. Next one. This Turkey. Doing wonderful job in geothermal. Last year it was the largest contributor to geothermal energy. Next one. And Kenya has just in this Rift Valley, they have been able to produce 100. This is one of the largest geothermal plant commissioned, you know, and they have been able to reduce their energy by 40% almost. All the fossil fuel gone. They are the cheaper. It is more cheaper and more reliable than hydropower projects. This is in Kenya, this geothermal plant. So that is the power of geothermal. One geothermal plant changes the entire economy. Now they can shift their focus not on just giving dollars to the oil companies, you know, but they can focus on more on education, more on health, more on sanitation, more on building good infrastructure facilities for their people. Next one. So. This is again a geothermal plant, cheaper and more reliable than hydropower projects. So if this geothermal plant, now this is a very recent phenomena, you know, 2-3 years back, this power is commissioned, and just see the revolution which it has created in Kenya. Next one. So this is again same power plant, and the area is very small, very small. This is and if all these installations can be done underground, and you can have a football field at the top, So you don't require any area for installing a geothermal power plant if done properly, That is our vision, And next one. So this is again next one. So these are the various applications of geothermal. Next one. So in Kenya, they are already doing this, all these projects, energy. After that, where the hot water, where does it go? We have this milk pasteurization, brine solution, farming. They are doing all these things, fish farming from these the leftovers of waters of these energy power plants. Next one. Netherlands now. They have just invested now. They are planning to go 3,000 meters. This is the latest news now, and they get about 20 megawatts for their plant. Next one. Canada planning to do something in Arctic. Next one. India's geothermal potential is about 10,000 megawatt. Again, and if we can get about 52 million people electricity for this, and maybe more, because this is just estimation based on 320 hot springs done in India, But the potential could be more because we have this Deccan volcanism about 5 kilometers thick. We penetrate that and we get. We are also looking for this sites like Iceland, supercritical streams. Okay, next one. So this is the latest project sanctioned yesterday, last week I think, and we have about 17 megawatts sanctioned in Orissa. And the cost is about 30 million, and maybe in 2-3 years we see the first geothermal plant functional in India, and our bank government is now very aggressive in this energy. Next one. This is the byproducts, for batteries and all. Next one. Lithium is again extracted. Next one. And these are the various capacities installed world over. We have about 13 gigawatts, but you see all the plants, these are just installed. Now we see enormous potential. Next one. Now, the next one, we can just skip all these. Next one. Next. So fossil fuels, we all know that we just want to get rid of this, and these fossil fuel wells will be replaced by geothermal wells. Next one. And next. This is all exhausted. Next one. Now about hydropower projects, So we have to be now we have to think a lot about this, We are talking about global warming. What does global warming means? Global warming means melting of glaciers, sea level rise. Simple. Now, if the glaciers are melting, I've already told in my country, in the last 10,000 years, we have receded. Maximum glaciers in Himalayas become extinct or on the verge of extinction. So where will the water to run these hydropower projects come? We have to think about this investment. Next one. So, and now what does global warming means? I don't have to tell you, you will say, oh, it's floods. Yes, it is flood. It's cyclones. Yes, it is cyclones. It's more silt. Yes, it is more silt. But what is it going to impact on energy? It is all going to impact. We will have these disasters, in hydropower dams, So are you prepared for that? Because more silt in global warming. We have to understand this project of warming not in terms of just cry about carbon dioxide. This is the real impact of global warming in the energy sector. And we don't want to talk about it because a lot of investments in hydropower projects, we are talking about bankers talking about securities and this. So this is all related, these are the disasters nobody wants to see. Next one. So this is another hydropower dam bursted due to floods. So this is warming, This is the impact of warming we should be talking about. That is climate change in real sense. If we want to protect our planet Earth and give a future generation, safe generation. Next one. So no Himalayas glaciers, no Alps glaciers. So just think about these hydropower projects. Scenario 2030. No. Next one. So investments have to. This is again a very everybody knows about this. California. So this is the scenario in 2011. No water in the dams. No water. So the geothermal only provided a renewable source. Next one. So now hydropower projects. Yes, I've already talked about. Next one. Now solar, yes, solar energy is everywhere, you know. We can invest, we can get a lot of investments in solar. We should be, because lifespan is about 15-20 years, and then we want to invest in solar panels. Why not? We should. But what after 15 and 20 years? Next one, then you just invest, wind also, same thing. Next. So we have these solar farms, huge solar farms, just imagine. Massive solar farms, then spread in kilometers. After 15 years, what do I do with it now? 20 years. The solar panels are wasteful. Then again, huge investment. Then recycling. Then what? So it is better, yes, we need solar panels, solar energy, but we need lot of improvement in solar technology, so that it becomes a 100 years life cycle, or maybe more, so that we don't have this garbage again. Next one, next slide. So this is beautiful, you know. I love wind energy, I love solar energy, but my problem is with the technology. It has to evolve very strongly, you know. Next one. So that I become these are the pile of computers, you know. We used to have so much. So when we say, okay, what is the life rate, 5 years, 10 years, then it becomes a dump, you know. Again, we have to recycle it, we have to find a new solution. Then you, all your European, you throw it in Asia or somewhere, you recycle it. We don't want to recycle it, because this creates a lot of pollution. So we don't want to get into pollution, but you recycle these things for us. Why? Why should we recycle? So there are so many complications about. So we should invest. We are in a World Clean Energy Conference, not only thinking of today, or we should not emphasize on today, but we have to evolve, you know, in all these technologies. Next one. Renewable, economical, sustainable. Okay, next one. So this is bioenergy, very good. Next one. This is nuclear power plant, maybe in 2012. This is the next one. So people say that it is free energy. Nuclear power is not, you know, it costs about 1 gigawatt, costs $10 billion US. This is of installation. Now you see Fukushima and Chernobyl 60 years approximately. If a disaster happens, you know, we want it, but if a disaster happens, we need $10 billion to construct it, and $20 billion. Now you see the figures which are coming for Fukushima, $20 billion, and they want, if they want to just phase it out, and 30 years or 40 years lifetime to just phase these nuclear power plants out. That nobody tells you. This has to be with nuclear power plants. This is the advantage and this is the disadvantage. So whether we want to give nuclear power plants to my future generations, okay, I enjoy the energy now, but if a disaster happens in near future, in France or maybe in whichever countries in America, so yes, in Switzerland, so it can happen today, it can happen 10 years, it can happen 20 years back. But are we ready for that? Can we afford to give our future generations a nuclear bomb? We want to use the energy. Yes, we want to increase our lifestyles by increasing the per capita energy consumption. We can't do it. So, but the thing is, we have to see this figures, you know. $10 billion to construct it, $20 billion to just phase it out. So these are the factors which have to be taken into consideration. Next one. So these are, it is not peaceful. Yeah, this is what I've already said. Next one. So Indian nuclear power plant also, you know, my government is very aggressive about it. I also not known, but when I came in contact with Grob about 5-6 years back, then I also started thinking about it, you know. And then we realized that why are we investing so much in nuclear power? We don't utilize the present nuclear power which we already have, and next one, we want to invest. So no, now this is the Kulam plant, you know, nuclear power plant built in collaboration with Russia, and these are the protests of the fishermen. They just don't want them, you know, they don't want this nuclear power plant to be there. But if this was in 2000, I mean, to protest this 1 gigawatt, you know, nuclear power commission, and Putin came and they did it. But this is to protest the people who they don't want energy, you know, they want fishes. But this radioactive leakage can destroy their lives. So, next one. So, nuclear disasters destroyed. So, this is what I did when I just thought about it, you know. Nuclear disasters destroy not a generation, but generations. So if a hydel power, hydel dam bursts, maybe one with one flash flooding activity, maybe 2,000 lives are lost. But that is one incident with the hydel power dams, if they burst. But with the nuclear power plant, generations will be destroyed. Next one. So this is Chernobyl, everybody knows about it. Next one. This Fukushima I have already talked about, and then next one. So this is the cost of closing these nuclear power plants at Fukushima, and this is the time, 30 years. Next one. So our vision is to replace all these nuclear power plants and oil wells with the geothermal wells. So this is the Agni Yodgara vision, not with this small wells, What the geochemical technology which we're talking about is tunneling, vertical tunneling, and then at a shallow depths, maybe 1 kilometer, maybe less than 1 kilometer, in geologically favorable locations. We are not thinking of today. We are trying to create an energy center for future generations, So these energy centers may be located in some volcanic islands. These volcanic islands are very away from the habitations. So all these productions, the aluminium, the steel industries, they are shifted from here and shifted to these islands. So free energy, you produce as much as you want and then ship it back, the final product. Now what is happening is, European, the Western communities, they want all the luxuries of life, maybe this coat, suit, leather shoes, but you don't want to manufacture here, you want to get the Asian countries to manufacture it for you. So, but they are getting polluted, their rivers are getting polluted, my country is facing so much pollution because of the luxuries which you enjoy here in your Western countries. But I don't want this to happen. So, Agni Yodgara is the solution for that. We have this in volcanic islands, wherever the energy centers are there. So, after 20-30 years, we have these energy centers. Whatever energy production you want, you produce there, and we all live happily. We are a global family, the Asian countries. It's not a developing or developed countries. It's like living in a family, You don't want to throw your shit to my country and then just see that, enjoy the famous, oh, you are polluting, We have to live like a global family. Next one. So this is the solution, So this is the vertical tunneling we are talking about. Massive, about 6-10 meters diameter borewells into the magma and get supercritical steams. Now we are just anticipating in Iceland is about 400-500 degrees, maybe 900-1000 degrees, and how to channelize these steams and make a wonderful place of free energy, This is the concept of free energy. Next one. So now this is the core of the earth, and we don't have to go 6,000 kilometers to get this 6,000 degrees temperatures, So geologically it is possible that with, in favorable locations, like already told, that we can get it at a very shallow depths. So if we get it at a shallow depths, so we produce energy, unlimited energy. Like we have sun, we have earth, 6,000 degrees centigrade emitted almost 24/7 non-stop. You don't need it's continuously emitted. Next one. So this was in World Future Energy Summit. We had this next one. So this next. So this is Japan. After Fukushima, they just want to go renewable, geothermal, because that's also almost on the plate divergent and convergent boundaries. So these plate boundaries play an important role in deciding the geothermal. And here, this is what they have identified now: 72 sites. They have shut down about 40 nuclear power plants. So this is the power of geothermal. Now, anything in any scenario about after 2030s, nobody can think about it without geothermal. Because that is the energy center which we are trying to create. Next one. Now this is just a map which I just copied from this source. So this gives projections till 2050, but I'm not very sure about this hydel power projects, and because there are so many problems with this, But if you see this geothermal, geocogen, the costing and everything goes.
Solar is wrong, by the way.
No, this is not my. That is borrowed by basis,
Yeah, but it's wrong.
Yeah, this may be very older map maybe, but we're just giving a comparison,
Solar is a quarter of it today in the best places. Today, not 2050.
This is just okay. Now this is
completely outdated for solar.
Yeah, that's okay. You can just revise it, and publish it. Oh, next one. So this is now my government very aggressive into geothermal, drafted policies now and going in for geothermal, and we use it for different applications in India, and a lot of investments. So there are lots of subsidies. So anybody wants to go in for so there are a lot of opportunities in India. So with that, I think I should conclude, and if you have any questions, I can just answer. Or we have some more slides. No, I think it will keep on. Yes.
I always try to keep in mind what Einstein said. The solution of a problem is the beginning of another problem. For example, in Turkey, which has been quite aggressive in geothermal, in Turkey, we have a case in the region of Aydin where there's been some polluting gas that was also involved, and that has damaged agriculture. So whatever energy source we use, we have to be careful, because there is always going to be some problem at one stage. So I don't think we have any idea 100% or 1,000 per thousand perfect solution, but of course it's a resource that we must use, but we must be careful.
Because this is an opportunity, you know, because of the oil now, initially geothermal was a neglected source. Nobody thought about it because everybody goes after oil. Nobody thought about it. But now, since everybody don't want oil, and oil rigs are free, so they want, where do the investments in oil rigs go? They will come in geothermal. So that is the best part of it, and I am saying that it has to be away from, see, for localized geothermal heating and cooling, it should be near the source, but when I am talking about energy centers, I am not talking about in a habitation, near the habitation, I am talking about volcanic islands which are barren. So that has to be taken into consideration, you know. That is my future energy centers. So they are barren, nobody inhabits them, no pollution. So these, no, I'm not talking about this 50 megawatt, 20 megawatt, I'm talking about gigawatts of power now. This is what I want to give to my future generation, so that they have free power, free utilization of resources without, and thinking planet as a global community, not as one using it and the other just paying the price for it. You are using every commodity in the best communities, but Asian communities are paying the price for your communities you are enjoying here in Europe or maybe US. Because your cotton, you know, your leather, whatever you are getting from the Asian countries, and that all is polluting my rivers. That's a source of all the problems which I have in my country is because, you know, the whole community is aggressive. So we can shift these centers to here, and maybe in 20-30 years we have energy centers here. So whatever you want to make, you make it there. Like in Iceland, you know, they are making aluminium. Nobody is disturbed, you know, because it's far away. We have free energy source, and it's very good. So thank you very much.